Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to the Incomplete Guide to Starsector. We are back in hyperspace, just after we left off last time, and I am about to enter the Pontus Gravity Well to go to the Galatia Academy, where we're going to bring Scylla Corus back to the Academy at Provost Baird's direction. And I have learned my lesson from last episode, and I now have a glass of water next to me, because that was a lot of reading last episode, and I think there's more to come. I will try to... well, I don't want to rush it, but I also don't want to spend the entire episode just reading text, so we will see. I may end up skipping even some of the more important story stuff. But here we go. Oh, I should also mention that on the way back here, we did get a notice that our colony is now size 4. So what that means is we're going to have a couple things to do, and that is, one, you will see that we now have a base production of 4 for our farming, and also our needs have gone up for all of these, and that's because we have a colony size of 4. That will mean our credits per month go up, as well as certain other odds and ends. The pirate interest in our colony is going to increase. Here we are. However, we do have a patrol headquarters, and that at its current level will keep pirate interest low enough that we don't actually get any trouble. So that's fine. On top of that, we also now have the opportunity to add another industry. And we're actually going to add 2 things here. Not 2 industries, but we can only add 1. We're going to add mining. It's a very easy one because we can get organics and ore deposit, or regular ore, and both of these are pretty useful. The organics we can then later feed into light industry, which is perfect. Now, that will get us some more credits. It will cost us 100k to get started, but that is pretty well chump change at the moment. And then on top of that, you'll see that we are not actually producing or able to export all of our food, nor import all of our needs here. So that means that some of our facilities here are not working as they should. So we actually have a stability bonus of 0 from this because we are currently short on supplies and on marines. So to counteract that, we have a couple options. We can just wait for our hostilities to go down because we are hostile with like a ton of people right now. Let's see, Letic Church, yep, Letic Path, of course, Persian League, and Syndrian Diktat. So right now, Tri-Tachyon, Independent, and Hegemony are the only friends we have in the system. It's kind of rough, honestly. Oh boy. So that is keeping our accessibility down really hard, minus 51%. So even though we're really close to other factions, it's really hurting. So we could upgrade to a megaport. This would also increase our population growth, which would be nice. It is pretty pricey, 300k. Now, right now, we really only need 1 more accessibility, or at least, well, 4% more, honestly. But we need to get our accessibility up a little higher, so what we can do is we can just add a way station. This will actually do 2 things. One, it'll increase our accessibility by 10%, and it will stockpile fuel, supplies, and crew for us so that we can just refuel at our colony. Now, our colony isn't that far away from the core world, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you build your colonies way out in the boonies, like even halfway out, it's a real nice thing to be able to just stop and grab some fuel. Now, you will pay for that fuel. You'll pay the base market rate for the fuel, which will be 25 or 100 for the supplies, and I think 35 or 40 for crew, not positive. And that will get deducted from your income at the end of the month. So you can end up with a negative balance if you buy too much. So there is that option. Anyway, we will have mining going on, we'll have a way station, and our colony is still not pulling in much money right now, but it's growing, and that's important. Let's get going down here. Your fleet is interrupted in the middle of a standard approach sequence. Instead of the usual traffic control chatter, your flagship receives a comm request directly from the office of the Provost. Captain reports, your comms officer. She wants to speak with you. Open a channel. The image of Provost Anahita Baird appears. Captain, it is good to see you return, finally. Bring her by shuttle, she says, directly to this docking port. A chime signals the receipt of navigation instructions and docking codes. I'll meet you there. The comm line shuts off. You step off the shuttle, thrusters clicking as they cool, followed by Scylla Carews. The scientist was quiet on the brief shuttle ride, which has returned her to Glacier Academy Station after her time in hiding. As promised, Provost Baird is waiting with a small group of masked guards and senior advisors. Academician Sebastian waves as your gaze drifts over him. It is so good to have you back with us, Scylla, says Baird. We will wave back to Sebastian. Dun dun. I don't know why I say that every time it happens. Carews nods to Baird's words, though occupies herself with examining the reception lounge. It hasn't changed much, she says. Something in this doesn't please the Provost, you think? Well, says Baird, I believe you'll find that quite a lot has changed. Academician Alvis Sebastian, please come forward. Thank you. I understand that you knew Scylla back. At his vigorous nod, she says, yes, of course. Sebastian begins to welcome Carews, shaking her hand and asking about her trip. Carews raises an eyebrow at the question, and Baird interrupts. There will be time for that later, Albus. Please show the newly reinstated academician Carews to her quarters, then show her the new laboratory. Baird pauses, seeming to examine Carews for a response, but Scylla simply bows her head slightly in acknowledgement without meeting Baird's eyes. Scylla, I hope you can thrive here. Again. Please go with Albus, and keep an open mind, Baird says. With a sigh, Baird turns from them to you. Captain, thank you for finding her and bringing her home. The Provost watches the two leave the receiving lounge, starting to chat, Carews finally starting to smile. With Scylla, we can begin it all again. Baird holds up a hand to indicate an adjoining transport pod. Let us remove to a more suitable setting for the continuation of our discussion. Aboard the pod. Baird seems to study the passing conduits and vistas visible through the pod's bay windows, lost in thought. The silence grows, and you find that this may be an opportunity to ask something of the Provost without interrupting one of her lectures. I don't think they'll be happy to lose Carews. Some among their ranks, yes. A hint of a smile forms on Baird's face. But others can see that this is the best way forward. The League can't pull the best and brightest from the entire sector. The Glacier Academy can. They don't have the theoretical research and experimentation infrastructure we do. It's all practical matters with their fleet armamentarium, weapons, warships, heavy industry, and doling out contracts to Gen's allies. Furthermore, sub-factions within the League could not call an open vote on a matter so delicate as this. We merely resolve their political questions by other means. The Provost tips her head toward you, acknowledging your role. She doesn't like you, does she? Baird looks at you for a long moment. You think you see something new, something almost like emotional pain. Scylla never appreciated the gifts the Academy offered her. It's how she was raised, perhaps. Her insubordination was indulged, became habitual, but with time, when she sees what we accomplish, maybe her higher sense of rationality will win out. I know she's capable of it. Baird turns, staring forward, and sets her jaw. Through the silence, you can almost hear Baird thinking. The transport pod hisses to a halt, and you feel the subtle shift of agrav fields. You step off and note that this seems to be a back entrance which allows Baird to avoid the waiting room full of important people unused to being told to wait. You follow Provost Baird back into her office, and the doors close with a notable absence of sound. She motions you to a seat in front of her desk. First, she says, you ought to be compensated for your fine work recovering a valuable asset. Baird unlocks her desk interface and enters some commands. Your personal datapad pings in response. We gained 100,000 big ones. Baird taps her interface, her face illuminated by a moving image. She seems to be settling in, she says, watching. A holo projects into the space above her desk. a surveillance feed of a gleaming new physics laboratory. Scylla Carews is being introduced by Sebastian to various academicians, judging by their formal dress, and technicians in various states of protective garb. They look young and eager to begin work. She motions at the image. We'll rebuild what we can from Carews' independent work and what she can recall, but without the Calitor archive it would be inconvenient to recapture certain data sets. Baird looks up at the proverbial sky. I expect that the Hegemony Ministry of Technology Standards has installed very particular forms of surveillance in place around the glacier system to avoid being caught flat-footed by another little accident. We dare not interfere directly, lest we give them another excuse to meddle. Acquire the Calitor archive, Captain, Baird says, and quickly. She turns away, dismissing you. It would be premature to speak too much about what I am building toward, but a magnificent breakthrough is growing closer. You feel the doors open soundlessly behind you, and the mirror-masked guard's presence like a slight rise in ambient static electricity. Time to go. It's funny because she's already mentioned the gates and transverse jump and stuff. It's like, it's not a big mystery, Baird. Anyway, let's go. I'm going to stay in system. I'm going to go to Ansira and restock on stuff. I'm going to go probably visit Darren Kuyu, and then I'll meet back up with all of you when we are up in Hybersil at Eucubres, ready to talk to Rayan Arroyo. So I'll see all of you there. Alright everyone, welcome back. We are orbiting Eucubres, and we are about to go and talk to a new person named Rayan Arroyo. Now, on the way here, I did find a couple interesting missions that popped up, all in the same direction. Particularly interesting because one of them is for a research station up here for Hegemony. And research stations, as always, are great places to find blueprints for rare things, as well as things like the domain artifacts. They can be there as well. So I was like, we gotta snatch that up, and then there were two more that popped up in the same direction, so that is a really nice loop. This might not happen in this episode, but I'd like to. Let's go talk to Rayan. Your comms officer connects your personal terminal to the local network. You activate the audio suppression field around your command station and enter the comms ID provided to you by Provost Baird. The animated logo of some Tri-Tachyon sub-department makes a half rotation before the call is answered. Arroyo here? Who's talking to me? Rayan Arroyo looks you over as if examining a starship hull for scratches. He seems to find something he doesn't quite approve of in you. Who gave him a comms ID? He demands. Provost Anahita Baird. For just a moment, you think you see a wave of panic cross Arroyo's face. It's replaced by a cocky grin. Oh, of course, of course. The Galatia Academy Endowment Fund. How could I forget? Here. He taps at something and your comms displays an incoming set of coordinates with a code of a landing beacon. Take a shuttle down. We can touch base about the fund. I'm sure the Provost has exciting plans and I want to hear all about them. He lifts his eyes upward for a moment and lowers them again to look directly at you. In person. Okay. He carries on as if this was all perfectly expected. Ever been planetside? It doesn't count if it's just the arcologies. I'll give you a tour of my chalet. Spectacular views, you'll love it. See you soon. He closes the connection before you can respond. Let's go visit his chalet. Your shuttle descends into the young atmosphere of Eucubres through towering battlements of clouds. A spray of rain is cast over your viewport, and it is wiped clean in a blink by the heat and speed of your descent. The flight path soon deviates from the general approach corridor, which has been ticking off minor use fees from the Tri-Tachyon-owned flight control, general volume access fee, priority flight lane fee, service fee, customer satisfaction insurance charge, advertisement bypass fee. You swipe the notifications off and focus on the landscape. Boy, does this sound a little too close to home. Advertisement bypass fee. You'll know what I'm talking about. Leaving behind the Tri-Tach arcologies, diamonds growing atop the detritus of tiered slums. Over pipelines, a steel blue bay, jagged fjords interrupted by ice jams and landslides. Up and over a great crumbling escarpment like a black wave that fills the horizon. You cross a landscape of oddly hued tundra spotted with thousands of milky green lakes. A new range of mountains rises on the horizon, torn in half by catastrophic workings of the terraformers, and beyond is a chaos of steep valleys populated by dwarf pine and thin white waterfalls. The nav system sounds a tone indicating imminent arrival, and you see Arroyo's private chalet, a small compound of radical geometric architecture surrounded by low outbuildings. Your shuttle approaches an ellipsoid landing pad that appears to hang in thin air over a gorge. Pardon me, I'm going to go check my recording here. Okay, sorry about that. We are recording. A human and a robotic servant greet you placidly as you arrive and lead you inside to a grand parlor done in dark geometric style. Gold inlay gleams in onyx tabletops, and the polished granite floor is set with tastefully patterned jewel-toned carpets placed slightly askew. The view from the flawless sweep of diamond matrix bay windows is, as Arroyo promised, spectacular. Ray and Arroyo is sitting at one of the bars. He acknowledges your entrance with a nod as the servants disappear. He taps his datapad with 2 fingers. You hear the soft signal loss ping from your datapad, and your sidearm hand twitches instinctively. Arroyo acknowledges this with the rise of one perfectly groomed eyebrow. Calm down. Just making sure no one's listening. He flips through a series of null readouts on a datapad and, satisfied, sets it aside. So, they're just calling in another installment. What will that be, Captain Corazar? No small talk? What about the tour? No, he says. He makes a show of looking around. But it's nice, isn't it? Now, I could be doing anything other than talking to you right now, so let's make it quick. You know you're getting something thanks to our mutual friend. What is it? I need to break into the data vault of the Ministry of Technology Standards. As soon as you say it, a smile grows on Arroyo's face. He starts laughing and takes his time as it builds and falls. He laughs like he's strapped to a madman's rocket with no escape. So, why not enjoy the ride? We'll give him a moment. He slaps the onyx bar top one last time and puts his head in his hands. He sighs and pours something from a crystal decanter into a glass, empties it. To a deal that gets worse all the time. Then pours another. He considers a moment, notices you, and tilts the decanter to offer you a drink. We'll have a drink, why not? Arroyo pours another, passes you the tumbler, and clinks his glass into yours, hard. And Anahita Baird, he shouts. He slams down an empty glass. I know someone who can do it. They're a pain in the ass, but this is key. They're crazy enough to do the job as stupid as the one you're proposing. A hacker called Gargoyle. The real one, not one of the wannabes. We've done business before. Here's the comms ID. Rayan pulls a data key from a pocket, weaves it over his datapad, and after a couple taps pushes it toward you. If you get any pushback, if Gargoyle throws a little tantrum, just give it back. He's all about the drama, but in the end, you're already in with a job as stupid as this. He holds a hand up, and, by the way, you really did not need to go and tell me your true objective. The last thing I want is Hegemony counter-int crawling all over my operation. Or worse, some vampire from the company board smelling blood. Can you tell me more about this Gargoyle? He gives you a look. No, who cares? Doesn't matter. Most of anything you'll hear about Gargoyle is made up, and half of it that is true, so don't bother trying. He leans back, looking elsewhere, content to talk to himself some more. What's important is that Gargoyle always gets the job done. My theory is it's some kind of obsessive brain thing. He twirls a hand at his head to demonstrate. Probably implanted a cybermod the wrong way around and got an AI instead of a frontal lobe. Have fun with that one, he says with a smirk. We'll ask, why not? What's Baird gotten you anyway? What Baird's got is a good investment. The longer she waits, he waves the luxurious surroundings, the career of Ray and Arroyo, the more interest she'll collect. A shrug. It's done well enough for me. We all make deals to get ahead, and I've seen worse. Done worse to others. Plus, I'm an asset now. You can't simply snuff an asset owned by a bigger player. He turns and stares directly at you. And you're an asset now, too. Hypothetical question. What's she got on you? He gives a cold smile. I hope you know. And we'll leave. You've got what you needed from Ray and Arroyo, and with no signal on his part that you can discern, his human and robot servants appear once more. I won't say it's been a pleasure, but if you ever have more credits than you know what to do with, or, a truly exceptional business opportunity, let's trade crypto keys now, so you don't have to track space dust on my carpet again. He taps his data pad and offers it, and you perform the mundane ritual which will ensure that anyone who wants to crack your mutual comms will, at least, have to put some effort into the task. I like how they describe exchanging things like PGP keys without actually, mentioning it, because do you know what a PGP key is? I do, but most of you probably don't. So we have a new potential trade partner here. He has military and trade, and so we should probably develop that trade. Go ahead and read that. Get back to orbit. We're going to go and do that now. It's here. Develop contact, because this is probably the best contact you will have in the game, honestly. He is just really handy. And we can go right back and be like, hey, got any work for me? So he will give you both military and trade options. So we can deploy an observation package in Syndria. We'll never get in there. We can do an atypical extraction with a major faction, Persian League. We'll skip that. He does have bounties, though. And these can be really lucrative. Again, once, they're all really expensive for the number of ships that are involved. These are all kind of wrong direction, though. This one's a bit more. This one might be... Ooh. That's the entire fleet, though. Dooms are bad news, but this is a pretty small fleet. And it's almost in the right direction. Up and over. Do we do it? Do we do it? You know what? It's 210,000 credits. We have enough ships to throw at this thing. Let's take it. Wow, yeah, this is a really small fleet. Let's take it. Okay. So, I'm going to restock, resupply, outfit ships, and then we'll be on our way. I will bring you back briefly to show you what we do with the ships once I get them all outfitted, and then we'll be off. So I'll see all of you in a few minutes. Okay, everyone, we are back, and I refitted our 3 new ships, and let's talk about them for a moment before we head off. I'm going to keep it pretty quick, but we got another Aurora, which will help sort of provide some more bulk to our fleet as we need it, and we can also pilot this one if we really need to. We shouldn't need to. It's a bit heavier hitting than this one, although I personally prefer to use... Oh, these are single outposts, aren't they? Oh, darn it. Oh, my good. Oh, goodness. Oh, good grief. Well, can we get a second one on here, please? There we go. Okay, anyway, so this is a worse loadout than this one, but it's close. It's close. So once we get back to our colony eventually, we will be able to outfit this, or maybe just buy some more parts along the way. I just couldn't find anything here in system. So there's that. We then have our new Manticore, and don't laugh, this is a terrible build. It was what I had. It came with a Mjolnir, but this thing just does not have the flux for Mjolnir. Our flux dissipation is 450, and our current weapon flux per second is a total of 710. The Mjolnir by itself is 667 per second, so we really can't afford that. So I could have turned this thing into a bit of a weird one. It's mostly going to be, like with this thing, it's basically an anti-air, anti-missile platform. And it's not going to do a great job at that, but it will be able to at least annoy shields and then crack armor with these 2 missile pods here. It's not great, but it'll do for now. lastly, we have our brawler here, and this is kind of in a configuration I've used before. It works okay. It's not meant to destroy anything. It is meant as a long-range shield cracker and support ship. So these are long-range hypervelocity drivers. They'll cause this thing to sit out at pretty close to maximum range, and it will just launch these guys all together. I should probably just check the groups here. Okay, good. And these will help it bring down shields with another ship as a partner, and these will help shut that ship's engines down. So this I will often probably pair up with something that gets a bit more close and personal. Something with a similar speed, so maybe you, probably more like you, although you're pretty fast too. This guy probably needs some unstable injector. Well, it's fine for now. We might pair it with something else then. Maybe the Medusa, maybe this guy. Hard to say. Something of a similar speed. But that is its purpose. It's just for support. And yeah, let's go and see what we can do about our bounty up here. And I'm kind of nervous about this one because, well, again, this isn't a big fleet. We have a whopping 5 combat ships, and I guess Ray and Arroyo is the captain of this ship here. But we are, yeah, Dooms just make me scared, especially if the officer has systems expertise, because Dooms have the ability to teleport mines even while it is phased, and these mines just pop up, and if you touch them, they blow up, and then they blow up on timers as well. Is this also in the same direction? No, it is not. And with systems expertise, they can deploy them very quickly. They get a ton of them, and they can deploy them at a longer range, which makes it harder to harass the Doom. Now, phase ships all have one general point of failure, and that is they cannot handle suppression. They cannot handle a lot of focus. So if you can lock one down and force it to stay in phase long enough, they'll have to come out eventually. So you can always get them when they come out. But let's hop in here. Yeah, let's hop in here. Let's take a quick peek in this system. I never know what could be hiding in here. There's a whole lot of nothing here. There is an arid world, though. But I think we're going to skip that for now. We'll just keep moving on. Just wanted to get a feel for what all is in here. But yeah, so if you can keep up pressure on a phase ship, even a Doom, then it will eventually fold like a cheap chair. Let's get up here, and again, since this is a bounty docket bounty, it's not going to tell us where in this nebula this guy is, so I'm pretty sure it is in this nebula. Heading to Alpha Paititi. This is Alpha Paititi. Let's just pop in here. Yeah. We'll save that. We'll do our sensor ping. Nobody in the area. Let's go head over here to this ice giant. Barren and frozen. So there could be up that way, or they could be by the ice giant. I'm getting a ping over there too. Let's go see. Oh, there they are. Never mind. Wow. I guess they found us once again. I wonder if they just spawn randomly when you're in the area. So, here we are. Our first encounter with a Doom. This will be interesting. Let's go, and we will do our usual ship. We're going to bring all of our officer ships again to get them experience. And I'm also going to bring our anti-missile crew, and that should probably be good. This is a pretty small fleet after all. The Doom is worrisome, but we'll just overkill it. This will be overkill for the Doom. They just, oh man. One mine can pretty much blow up one of our ships. Well, our ship at least. So let's get you on me. Let's get you on you. I want to get you just out here doing your thing. We're going to pretty much ignore these because they don't have any more ships to deploy, so we don't really need to worry about capturing these. The nav would be nice to keep us, moving faster, but it's not a big deal. You know what? I'm going to send you to capture that. The Medusa always gets killed, so you just stay out of the way. And then I think we will set you up with you, probably. And let's roll. Hello, fellow Tempest. How are you? We're leaving our wingmen behind, It's not a great idea. Tell you what. I killed that. We're going to just all defend there. Why not? Just in case they are splitting up and not coming down the middle. Here we go. What do we got up here? Oh, ooh. Irk. Okay. We are going to defend here, because I want our Tempest to pull back. Because you, I know, will absolutely go in, guns blazing. Okay. I wanna put an avoid order on the Doom for now, and we will deal with their other ships first. Let's get rid of this. And let's roll. Looking for other ships. Now, we probably don't have the best fleet for taking on high-tech fleets, because you usually want to have a lot of kinetic for high-tech, although we have a decent amount. Oh my goodness, come on. Well, they're flying well, I guess. Oh my goodness. No, please don't do that. Okay, yep, avoid the Doom. Perfect. You guys are doing good work. Keep them busy. Alright, I want you engaged. That could be a problem, but I think our little guy here should be able to take care of itself. It is just a pirate one anyway. Let's get up here. Yeah, disable those weapons and stuff. Ooh, clunk, ow. Okay. Hurt a little bit. Not too bad, though. Come on, boys. Let me in. Yeah, that's right. Eat it, buddy. I think we've lost one of our drones at least. Yep, now you're dead. That was bad news for you. Okay. I don't care about that right now. I want you engaged. We're out of command points. That's okay. Should take us a while to take care of these guys, so... Oops, I just sat in my buddy's shield there for a second. It's not smart. Let's try to take out our fellow Tempest here. Yeah, sorry, dude. Yep. My. No, thank you. Oof. Clunk. Clunk. Ooh, no thank you. No thank you. Oh my goodness, double no thank you. Wingman, you need to protect me better. And that thing's dead. We should be able to rescind that command on that. We can't tell our fleet to actually take it out, but let's go, although it's going to probably completely shred our... Yeah, our fortress is a goner. Oh well. I'm going to chase after this guy real quick. And try to get the rest of our fleet to focus on the other guy. Nope, we're all going after this guy. Okay. Oh my goodness, I hate these guys so much. He's a retreating, guys. Come on, let him go. Yep, goodbye, Enforcer. Okay. There we go. We want him engaged, but I want you to back the heck up, dude. My goodness. I'm going to wait for everybody else to catch up here. Yeah, you just keep backing up, dude. So that right there is one of the Doom's mines. As you can see, oh, this is a terrible pilot. Their flux goes up real fast. Okay. So this shouldn't be a huge engagement. Now, the mines can't appear too close to a ship, but the ship's size is what determines how close the mines can be deployed. Hello. Ah, darn it. Oh dear. Yeah, so it's going to have a harder time putting mines right next to our bigger ships than it is to us, which is why we are pretty vulnerable. But check it out. Yep. As soon as they get surrounded, they have a real tough time. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, that was real close. Ooh, that was real close. When it comes back out, I'm going to send our drones in. There we go. Well, we lost our... Okay, we lost our Enforcer again. This thing has a penchant for just dying. We will pursue them. Because I want to try to get that little Afflictor. We'll send you. What have we got? Oh, we can take the Doom. Oh my goodness, we're taking you. Let's see, phased coil instability. You're in rough shape. But we are going to be moving down the industry path, so you know what? You're mine. You are mine. Sweet. Okay. We get double paid. Nice. Get a 210,000 credits from that. And we are off. Now, we're heading toward this ice giant. We will do the ice giant scan, and then I think we will just transverse jump out. There's something out here, though. Oh, there's some things out here. Alright. I am picking up what you're putting down. A supply cache. Not too bad. Let's see what you got. We have another officer. Okay. So now we have more officers than we can actually employ. And that's not a bad thing. It kind of gives us some choice, and we can kind of do a bit of auditing on our officers. Weapons cache. Ooh, Broadway signal. Whoa. A Gazer blueprint. Kopesh wing blueprint. Already have you guys. Okay. A Cyclone Reaper launcher. A plasma cannon and a Squall, and then some other smaller weapons. That's a good haul. That's a great haul. What else is great? Number 9. Transverse jump. Let's get rolling out of here before the pony wagon shows up. Alright. So we are now headed over to this direction. We have plenty of time. Plenty of time. We're going to survey an ice giant. Should be pretty easy to find. Let's go. And here we are at our destination, our first of 3. There's something on the sensors right here. Who are you? Push over. But this is probably our ice giant. So let's hop on in. We're going to go ahead and do our usual ping, get our thing. And how expensive are you? 15? Not too bad. We have our survey data and our money. And supply cache. Not too shabby. Ooh. And a broadwave signal. Don't like that too much. Alright, well let's see. There's a jungle world somewhere, cryovolcanic, and an inactive gate. Oh, it's a giant jungle world. Let's go up there. Why not? Try to avoid whoever is coming in for us. There's a debris field. Check you out. Ooh, we could take a scarab. Why not? A jungle world with some debris around it. You bet. Do our survey. Wow, look at that. That's a planet with every single resource. Including ruins. Wow, you could build anything you wanted here. Anything. That is amazing. That is a terrific find. Wow. It's a bit far out, but wow, yes. That's an amazing planet. Wow, with great stuff in here, too. Okay. And what is up this way? But an orbital habitat. Don't mind if I do. Get a phaeton. Compromised storage? No, but we'll take whatever fuel you happen to have on board, because we're getting kind of low. I thought I had... Oops, over cargo capacity? That's fine. Just drop some of you. We're doing really well. I thought I had refilled on fuel, and I think I forgot to when we left, so that could be interesting. In the not kind of interesting, not just not fun way. Whoops. Let's head up here. Wait, there's something down here too. Although, let's hit the ring first, and then we will stop by that planet because there is stuff there. Ooh, yes. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, you don't hate me. That's fine. I was worried there for a second, buddy. I thought you were a pirate. Get some harvested organs. And scavenge and scrounge every last teaspoon of fuel we can get here. Jeez. Someone really went to every possible extent possible to booby trap every ship in this system. Some hyperspace info, not bad. I wouldn't mind like something with more than a teensy amount, of fuel in it. More info, not too bad. Okay, I'm gonna save here. I'm just gonna scoot on down to this planet. I hope whoever's after us, or whoever set all these traps, is like... that there's one person and they're like, man, someone just going everywhere in the system and taking everything. What the heck is going on here? I'm just too fast for you, buddy. A two-ship pirate corsair. Okay, what a threat. Ooh, there's something over there, too. Oh, do we go back in? I think we do. Just gonna pop in here. Oh, I knew I should have. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I realized I forgot to double tap that portal habitat earlier. Rats. Shame on me. Another officer. Got plenty of good stuff though here. double tap. Ooh, we are a little too full. A little too full. What do we get rid of here? You know, I'm going to ditch some of these single missiles because they are pretty well useless. Light assault gun, goodbye. Hammer torpedo, yeah, I don't use you much. There we go. That might get us the fuel we need to maybe get back home after this exploration. What's our fuel range like? Ooh. It's going to be a close one, but I think we can do it, especially if there's something to loot up here. We should be okay. Let's go to this derelict ship first. Asteroid belt in Dallar's Star. Yeah, we're going to go in a straight line pretty much. And these guys, as I learned, we can interdict and they'll go away. Goodbye. We can use this slipstream to get home, hopefully. That will save us on some fuel. Okay, let's go ahead and we're just going to hop in to here. An asteroid belt, eh? Hello, again. Oh dear, we have a big asteroid belt, 2 of them. Okay, well, let's go and see what we can find in here. Hard to say. I'm not really picking up much here. We're just going to probably spin in a big old circle around here and look for sensor contacts. And sometimes it be like this out here in the dark. Yeah, in the starry black. Oh, here we go, or something. Oh, we don't like that. There's our ship, though. It's a Falcon. Don't think they noticed us. There we go. Sensor package run. 70K. And it's in degraded engines. That is in combat speed, right? You know what? Falcons aren't bad. We're getting kind of close to our limit on personnel, though. We'll cover you. Why not? And if we really need to, we can mothball it later. I think we're just going to transverse jump out of this system because we are way far away from anything here. Okay, and our next destination... Ooh. I forgot adding that ship has now kind of hurt us a little bit. We'll talk about how we'll deal with that in a moment. Hopefully. But we need to go to a research station here on Sword, orbiting a gas giant. That should be pretty straightforward. Now, your fuel use in hyperspace is determined not by how fast you're going, but how far you're traveling. So, whether you go fast or slow, you will use the exact same amount of fuel for the movement. Let's go ahead into the near gas giant for obvious reasons. Keep our fuel use down. What do we have here? Pretty bad world to live in. We do have something out in the middle of nowhere here. I am probably going to scrounge through this system to make sure we get every last scrap of fuel we can get our hands on. That's kind of lame. Okay. Let's get back up here to where I believe there was something probably in the ring. Most likely. Nope, it is in this ring system. It is our research station. Not too bad. Run the package and Okay, we've got a debris field location. Wow. A little bit of fuel. Okay. We got squall blueprint. So let's abort. Squall blueprint. Longbow wing. Not too bad. Perdition wing. Okay. Everything else is kind of ho-hum. On the second pass, though, also kind of ho-hum. Wow. That was a pretty lame one. Let's run up here. We're going to do this again, get our topography, and I do spy with my little eye something floating here. Weapons cache. Don't need a hound. I'll take it all. And let's see if there's anything else we can pick up here. Stuff way out there. Perhaps a planet or something here. Something indeed. Maybe a pirate? A fleet we can attack for some fuel? Maybe. What are you guys? Most likely not a pirate. We'll leave you alone. Let's claim the relay. And see if there are any bounties nearby. Possibly. If we can get back here on our current fuel, then it's a possibility. However, our fuel range is woefully short. Okay, that's going to be a problem. So we have a couple options here. One, we can go into hyperspace and we can risk it. We can let go of some of our ships, which I'd rather not do. We could dump the Falcon. It's not that unique, but I'd kind of like to keep it. We are going to go out to here, because there is a planet with stuff around it. Ruins, yes. Transplutonic ore, I don't care. I just want the fuel, honestly, man. Take that too, though. Okay. Yeah, we are in rough shape here. There's something around this jump point, though. Ooh, an orbital habitat? Come on, man. Give me the fuel. Give me the fuel. Another officer. We're going to have our pick of officers. Alright, a bit more fuel. It's not too shabby. Get rid of you and probably you. Yeah. Okay. Double tap. A little bit more fuel. Okay. Let's head for this jump point over here, and we will see if we can do something about our transit home. So the other option we have is, well, we could attack the fleets in this system and try to get some fuel off of them. They won't sell us any, unfortunately. We can also risk it. We can go out there and we can do a distress call, and we can see if we are, able to get anyone to help us. It's a very risky proposition, and the game does punish you if you do it more than a certain number of times and more than once every few months. Now, the other option is we could come in here and spend a story point to reassign our skills and move our makeshift equipment or another skill into containment procedures, where we will reduce our fuel consumption by 50%. That might be what we do here. That might be the play. So we won't, I don't think, get any bonus XP, but we can do that. And there we go. Now that will give us a much larger range. We can now get home. So let's make a beeline for Hypersil, and we are going to gas up there. But I think I will just meet all of you back at home, and I might start out back at our colony because I do want to drop off our ships. I don't think we need all these ships with us, but yeah, I think we'll do that. And then once we've trimmed some of this fat here, probably these, maybe even the extra Aurora, then we will continue our journey. And we will go and look for Gargoyle, who is at Port C Franchise Station in the Myosaurus system. Anyway, everyone, hope you enjoyed the story and the exploration and the little bit of combat we had this episode, and hope you're looking forward to more adventures here in Starsector. As always, my name is Hassan Korazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.